Hello, friends. So this month I have been talking a lot about outsourcing and hiring a team. But today I want to talk to you a little bit about increasing your productivity before you're ready to hire your team. You may or may not be ready to outsource. But there's some things that you can do so that you're working more efficiently in your day-to-day. This is extremely important for me right now. I'm having a baby in 25 days, which is coming really fast. And so for me to be the most productive and most efficient in my day, it's honestly critical for me, especially right now. So just want to share a couple of my very favorite tips for doing that. The first one is check your email 2 times a day. You're probably thinking, how the heck am I supposed to do that? Only check my email twice a day. But seriously, it's changed how I work. And I have a lot of people, when I tell them that I do this, they're shocked and they're like, well, don't your clients get mad? Or what if someone needs to get a hold of you? But honestly, I've set the boundaries, I've set the expectations that's people know that that's how I work. And if they have something urgent that comes up, they can just text me or get a hold of me on Slack, which I'll talk about in a minute. But when I do jump on and check my email, my morning and my afternoons when I do check it, my rule is if I can handle it in 2 minutes or less, then I just take care of it. If it requires more than that, or if it requires a little bit more thought than I want to put into it right at that minute, I add a task in Asana and I schedule time to address it so that I know that I am planning a time to take care of it instead of just letting it sit in my inbox forever. And then the other thing I do is I use Slack, which anytime I like it because it gives me an option to communicate with my team, keeping things out of my email. And I also use it for my clients. So the second thing is don't multitask. Instead, multi-project. Now this might kind of sound weird, but to me, multitasking is a thing of the past. It's not a sought after skill anymore like it used to be. People are thinking instead how they can lump like projects together instead of doing 5 tasks at once. So here's an example. You have a conference call, you need to write a blog post, you need to update your social media sites, and then you also need to create a new infographic. If you did all of those like little pieces at a time, you'd probably go crazy, right? And nothing would get done well or up to your expectations. Instead, look at it this way. Because the conference call is what I'm going to write my blog post about, or say your Facebook Live, that's what you're going to write your blog post about. You can take really good notes and then use those notes to outline your blog post, then use the blog post to pull your quotes for social media, and then create the graphic to go with the blog post. So then you have everything done with just starting with one little task and moving forward from there. So that's one of the, that's a way you can multi-project. Here's another example. I do this Facebook Live like I'm talking to you right now. I have it transcribed. I turn that into a blog post, which becomes a few social media posts. And all of this is done off of one Facebook Live video. So I'm not having to think about all of the other, I'm not having to individually come up with social media posts, a blog post, and a Facebook Live post. They're all linked together. So, and as a side note, we can help you with this. It's actually one of our very favorite things to do. Another thing that I do for projects is I set a timer. There's many experts that use this method. I like it because when I sit down to work on a big project, if I set a timer for 30 minutes, I can do anything for 30 minutes, right? I can break it down into bite-sized tasks and then set the timer to work on those tasks. So honestly, I prefer 60-minute increments, but do whatever works best for you. But setting a timer and giving yourself a deadline and then having a reward after, whether that's time on social media or an actual treat or doing an easy task, whatever that looks like. Setting a timer works really well. I also do this with my kids, which works amazingly well. The next thing is cut out distractions. So I know we live in a really, really fast-paced world, but guess what? The world will go on if you don't comment on the super cute picture of your friend's dog snuggling your toddler. Shocker, I know, but the world will go on. So I know this is really hard to do, but turn off the notifications on your phone, your computer, your smartwatch. This goes for Facebook, Instagram, your Amazon sales. I'm a huge sucker for the Amazon sales. I had to turn that notification off because I kept getting coming up saying, oh, this is a great deal. And it was driving me a little bit insane, but also not very well doing very well for my wallet. So turn off your notifications, or schedule a time in your day to manage them, just like you do your email. So the last one is plan and prioritize your week. So I talk about this in depth on my systems course, which you can find on my website. I'm a huge believer in planning your week. I use the Big Rock method that Franklin Covey and Michael Hyatt often talk about. And basically what I do is I pick my 3 biggest things that need to get done for the week. 2 of those need to be working on my business and not in my business. And then 1 is usually like a big client task or project. Then I list out the other things that need to get done. These are the things that also need to get done but aren't as crucial. So I like this method because it keeps me on track. Yes, sometimes fire comes up and it takes precedence over the big rocks or the big things that I had to get done for the week. But as soon as that fire's cool or taken out, then I can go back and look at my list of 3 big rocks and just go right back to working for them. This has worked wonders for me. I also take it a step further and break it down by day. So I have an accountability partner that we check in every morning and say, here's my 3 big rocks for the day. And then we check in at night as well and say, here's how we did for the day. So that is something that has tremendously helped with productivity. So when you're an entrepreneur, finding ways to be productive and efficient in your day it's essential to not only your health, but the health of your business. So I would love to hear how you increase your productivity in the day. If you'll just let me know, you can email me or comment back or anything like that. And yeah, let me know. So have a good day.